You look at people every day, and you have no idea what they're carrying. Some of the brightest smiles you see have been stitched together from pieces of someone who's been breaking for years. And Jim Carrey once said something that feels brutally true. It's the people who smile the most who often hurt the most. Not because they're weak, but because they've learned how to protect the world from the storm inside them. And maybe that's you. Maybe you've been smiling for so long that people assume you're fine. Maybe you've mastered the art of "I'm okay," even when your heart is begging for a place to rest. But here's the truth Jim Carrey wants everyone to understand. Pain doesn't destroy you. Hiding it does. There comes a moment in life where you stop pretending, where you stop performing for the world and finally let yourself feel, where you admit, I'm tired of carrying everything alone. I'm tired of being strong for everyone except myself. I'm tired of waking up with a weight I don't know how to name. And that moment, that crack, that shake, that breaking is not the end of you. It is the beginning of healing. Because healing doesn't start with strength, it starts with honesty. It starts with saying the words you've never allowed yourself to speak. I'm hurting. I'm exhausted. I need help. I matter too. Jim Carrey has lived through darkness most people never saw. Fame didn't save him. Success didn't cure him. Money didn't silence the emptiness. Because pain doesn't care who you are. It finds everyone. But he learned something powerful. Pain is not your identity. Pain is a message. And ignoring it is what turns wounds into walls. Sometimes the world pushes you until you break. Sometimes life takes something from you that you never thought you could live without. Sometimes you wake up and feel like a stranger in your own skin. And yet, you're still here. You're still breathing. You're still fighting, even if that fight looks quiet right now. Think about that. Think about the strength it takes to wake up every day with a heart full of unanswered questions and still decide to move. Think about the courage it takes to rise when everything inside you is whispering, "Please, not today." Think about the bravery of simply staying alive when your spirit feels shattered. You don't give yourself enough credit. You've survived moments that would have broken someone else. You've held yourself together when nobody noticed you were falling apart. You've walked through storms without ever telling anyone how strong the winds were. That is not weakness. That is not failure. That is the kind of strength the world never applauds, but desperately needs. Jim Carrey reminds us of something many forget. You don't heal by running. You heal by stopping. You heal by listening. You heal by confronting the parts of you you've been trying to outrun. Maybe you've been blaming yourself for too long. Maybe you've been carrying guilt that wasn't yours. Maybe you've convinced yourself you're the problem, when all you've ever been is human. Take a breath right now, an honest, slow breath. You don't have to be the strong one today. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to pretend today. Sit with your pain. Listen to it. It has been trying to talk to you for years, and all it wants is for you to stop abandoning yourself. Healing isn't loud. Healing isn't dramatic. Healing isn't a sudden burst of light. Healing is subtle. Healing is slow. Healing is choosing yourself even when you feel unworthy. Healing is waking up tomorrow and trying again, not because you feel strong, but because you're tired of living inside the same wound. Jim Carrey reminds us, there is a version of you waiting on the other side of this pain, a version who breathes easier, a version who doesn't apologize for feeling, a version who laughs without forcing it, a version who belongs to themselves again. And you will meet them, not by running faster, not by pretending harder, but by letting yourself be real. Your future self is not asking you to be perfect. They're asking you to keep going, because one day you will look back and realize this moment, this heaviness, this confusion, this ache was not your ending. It was the chapter where you learned how to come home to yourself. You're not lost. You're healing. You're not weak. You're recovering. You're not behind. You're rebuilding. And even if the world never sees the battles behind your smile, you know the truth. You survived what tried to break you, and now you are becoming someone even stronger. If this message reached your heart, don't leave yet. Your healing journey deserves company. Subscribe so you never have to walk through your pain alone again. You matter, you belong here, and your story isn't over.